and see the Earth in its original state, the extraordinary events that happen all around us, what nature creates, and see the flowers blooming, landscapes so amusing, birds singing nature's secret ballads, the sun setting in all different palettes, from city skylines to the seven summits. The Earth is a complexity. There are still many things that we humans have yet to see, and so is its natural systems. Yet the Earth is structured in a way in which each event benefits the environment. For example, the water and the nutrient cycles, phosphorus, nitrogen, and carbon grows or greens for us. It's a self-sustaining phenomenon, a concept that we have dawned upon. To this day, there are configurations that leave us wondering, this symbiotic coloring or why the Fibonacci keeps spiraling. And this is just the way the Earth works. But it's not a problem because we benefit from the perks. Animals also have a great influence on our Earth. The birds and the bees pollinate most flowers of the world, and cattle is another benefit to other organisms. They influence the greenhouse gas effect, making sure the planet is warm enough to live in. Humans, on the other hand, have taken interest in this land, having intervened these processes for their own profit, just to pull money in their pockets. Being efficiently experimental, we decided to test its potential. And as a result, humans have produced and maximized industries in which changes have taken action to improve nature and its deficiencies. For example, feeding cows genetically engineered corn seems normal and overall efficient, but take a look at these cows and the substantial amount of methane emission. The greenhouse effect coming into fruition, the gases they produce get trapped in the atmospheric layer, resulting in bizarre weather patterns, creating more natural dangers, which exemplifies this being a major contributing factor to global warming. The Earth public does not see it as severely alarming.
7 billion people, 13 million bushels of corn, food vehicle, 37% used for livestock, 40% used for ethanol, yet only 11% is used for food. World hunger, a serious issue. Corn grown in the US alone could feed 1.8 billion people, or 27% of the world's population. Now imagine if every country followed this simulation, sacrificing 1% of the Earth's surface for world hunger's purpose. We could feed all 7 billion people before we dig ourselves in a deeper hole. But look at us now. We can't trust ourselves or each other anymore. But that's fine, because how can you trust someone who's been so intrigued and blinded by industry that they cannot focus on the main picture? At this point, we're not even trying. Look at the people around you from left to right, fully aware that the Earth is changing in front of their sights. Daily news reports, sudden climate change. It isn't something so easy to rearrange. You haven't seen a life-changing reports just tracking change, quality manufacturing, and industry companies that are.
But wait, it shouldn't be like this. In fact, it won't be like this. We can never start over and believe that the past will always stay the same, or else this world of manufacturers and industries that we live in would be a never-ending game. But that doesn't mean we can't change this for the better. For now, let's start by sharing this video letter. The Earth is going through a lot of changes as of right now, but that doesn't mean it's too late to reverse it. It doesn't have to be a big change. We can start off small, by using environmental friendly farming. Farming accounts for 37% of the methane emissions that's being sent into the air, which has 20 times more potential to global warming than carbon dioxide. Our current farming practices cause a decline in soil productivity, in other words, loss of soil organic matter, water holding capacity, and biological activity. And overgrazing this problem is another flaw. It causes deforestation, which then leads to air pollution. Number 2. We can introduce a new way of manufacturing which exterminates the use of corn and provides similar resources to corn that does not affect the industry. Did you know that 1 kilogram of beef produces 34 kilograms of carbon dioxide? That's more than lamb, pork, and chicken combined. The average cow releases 70 to 120 kilograms of methane per year. Many farmers have begun using solid mixture as an alternative to using corn. This mixture is a lot easier to make than corn and reduces the amount of water needed to produce. If we can have this new alternative, the problem that occurs with cows and corn will drop by a large margin. That means less of those stinky cow farts. Number 3. We need to reduce the supply and demand for manufacturing industries and boycott factories that produce a lot of toxic waste. Factory farms contribute to air pollution by releasing compounds such as hydrogen sulfide, ammonia, and methane. If we, the consumers, start purchasing from these companies, it will show that we want change to happen, and by doing so, create potential to decrease the negative effects these companies are making, from cutting down trees to adding to air pollution. Number 4. We need to start enforcing that cows start eating grass, not corn. Corn is not something suitable for cows to eat, and so only allow them to produce more methane. buy grass-fed cow meat instead of corn-fed cow meat. If you look at a comparison between grass-fed cows and corn-fed cows produce a lot more methane. The methane that's being sent into the atmosphere is exponentially increasing. So if we can stop the amount that cows are producing, the methane levels can reduce dramatically and stop one part of the emission that goes into global warming. Number 5. Enforce the method of composting. Animal grazing and feed crops is estimated to emit 2.4 billion tons of CO2 every year, while burning fossil fuels to produce those fertilizers for animal-fed crops may emit 41 million metric tons of CO2 per year. If every family in our city could start composting on a daily or even a weekly scale, it would reduce waste that's being produced while producing plants that will help the climate. It returns nutrients in the soil, meaning it does not have to go to the landfill. And by diverting the waste going to the landfill, we can prevent a lot of pollution. By stopping pollution, we can improve air quality and reduce the emissions being sent into the atmosphere. Number 6. We need to start eating less meat. Don't forget, of course, we need to give up meat forever, but giving up meat for a week or even a day could be beneficial for the environment and even to your health. Reduce the amount of meat you eat and you can reduce your carbon footprint. Livestock and their byproducts account for 32 million tons of CO2, or 51% of all worldwide emissions. If everyone in our nation, or even our city, could have a meatless meal a week, and were to follow this path on a routine, we can reduce the carbon production by a great amount. Imagine global warming being stopped by us not consuming meat. Number 7. We need to enforce more market activities. Maybe we should look around and see the farmer markets in town, from the strawberries and short lines to our organic materials and stop signs. We should focus on enforcing the dominance of markets, perhaps even allow them to overcome grocery stores. These type of markets use organic methods of growing their crops instead of the mass production that involves fossil fuel. If we can get rid of that form of production, we can reduce 90 million tons of carbon dioxide that's put into the atmosphere every year through the energy, transportation of their produce.
As of right now, it might be a little too much to take in, but in reality, we're really running out of time. There's never been a better chance than now to start. There will never be another outdoors figure to take action with. Right now, there's only us. It all depends on what we choose to do, so we must take this chance to change together.